Normal Boots Club and Hidden Block Club are inspired by the personas of the real-life Normal Boots Hidden Block Club members of YouTube, created with their permissions.
Yep.
Oh, wait. This is what Brian and Holly have been playing. I haven't watched any of it.
And I haven't... I know one round. How that went.
Because I saw it thinking, I was like, that looks just like JonTron.
Welcome to Asagao Academy with Trey and Eric. How are y'all? This isn't my typical game.
Normal Boots Club.
Hi, John.
Peanut Butter Gamer. Fuck yeah. Gerard Khalil. Mr. Dragon Rider. Who's Shane? Pro Jared. Don't know that guy.
You do watch
Peanut Butter Gamer looks too dreamy.
Well, I believe his wife was the artist, so you can blame it on her. Yeah.
She looks like Kyrie, like the grown-up version, the one with the right hair.
I could see that.
I don't either.
But it speaks to me. Check out besides the one that But you've heard of it, you just don't know what the game is?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the gameplay for it at all. I saw a tweet that Ross threw at John, and I was like, why does this character look like John? That's all I thought about it. I didn't look into it or anything, so.
Well, it is a visual novel / dating game.
What? Okay. I've never played any of those before.
Neither have I. Well, no. But I like this visual. I like the idea of this because you can choose, make choices. But most visual novels are usually linear. You're just reading them. I got bored with Soccer Spirit when I was watching someone else play it.
Damn.
The only reason I watched so long was because it was Game Grumps and they were doing different voices. So we're gonna be Hana, and that's going to be her roommate / I think best friend. Characters.
Let's do this! Oh wait, do we have to configure anything?
We'll double check.
Let's turn that music volume down some. That's too low.
I don't know. I like to be able to hear things. I prefer.
Lower.
I always turn off my music volume. I'm not gonna completely.
I was going for a Zach Brannigan joke there, but okay.
Sorry.
Too low.
No, put that about.
Lower.
I want to make sure we can hear the voices. Decent text speed, because I don't like waiting on the text speed to.
Skip messages?
Nah. If we go through and try to complete the game, then we can do the skipping stuff. Alright. There's a website for the game. This game was a Kickstarter a couple years ago and raised all the money it needed. Time to play.
Chapter 1! Oh, are we doing...
I don't...
The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me further and further from home.
So you're going to voice Hana?
No. Unless her internal monologue is a 29-year-old guy. I don't think so. I was just reading. I didn't know that was actually her dialogue.
Most narration is from her point of view. If I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do anything fancy, and she's just going to have my regular voice.
Do it. It's the best way to do it. Let's train.
The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me further and further away from home. I say further, not farther. Farther. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading, and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It'd been almost an hour. In fact, he hadn't once looked at me. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons on the pretentious, lush, carmine seat cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth, over and over. Now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smeared green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the Sea of Japan. Eventually this rapidly, but that's rapidity.
Yep.
Made my stomach churn, and I went back to counting the buttons on the seat cushions. 1, 2, 3. The train compartment shuddered around us. My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green varsity-like jacket with an embroidery patch poorly sewn on front.
So your first year then? No, I'm joking. No, that's a horrible voice.
Really, that's the voice you're gonna give him? Do you know which one that one is?
No. Who's that?
I'm not gonna tell you.
So, your first year then?
He folded his newspaper neatly, set it in his lap, and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Did he just catch me staring? I'm really glad I have water now.
I'm running low.
Now the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and blindingly bright.
The dang sex bang?
No.
Too bad.
I wish. There was something about him.
He has some
the
immaculate
way the
hair.
light hit him. I like his floof. That made him look like he was almost sparkling. Me? He glanced around the compartment, empty besides us, and laughed. Oh, no, I'm not a first year. I'm a third year. The train began to slow, metal wheels groaning against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. What kind of impression would I leave, puking on a student before I even arrived at the academy? The boy frowned. I picked at the hem of my cotton skirt.
That's not possible. I've never seen you before.
Why are you making him sound so mean?
'Cause he's mean.
It took me a moment of mouth fishing to find a response.
He's part of Mama Boots, that's all I can tell.
It's...
Unless that's Pro Jared.
Because I'm a transfer student?
He laughed again. Oh, sorry. Those are your lines. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those.
I removed my acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it.
There's a lot of adjectives.
The boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hannah, suppose I'll be seeing you around.
He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment. I stared into the empty hallway of the train. It was then that I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his. We'll get it after a while. The train settled at the station, and I filed out with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. Oh, it just lagged a second. I walked along the road with the swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at the little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me.
Are they bees?
I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. Why was that relevant?
Like I said, all these adjectives. This is written just like a freaking Japanese
No, I know.
thingy.
It wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that what I owned didn't amount to much. My school issued a black Oxford's click, click, clicked on the pavement.
Don't put yourself down.
I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake, imagining what it would be like to walk from the train station to Asagao Academy this first time. My new start.
Go!
I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk.
I thought it was a race.
Nope. That somehow everything would be magically different. But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed.
Because magic's not in this universe.
I hadn't changed. By the time I reached the massive gate to the academy, I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by the gate's twisting black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. This was it. Asagao Academy.
This girl in the monologues way too much.
I glanced around. The swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building.
Are they on pogo sticks?
A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable.
Palpable?
A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the pathway. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself into knots. The crowd split off in different directions. For a moment, I panicked. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for first years, a cluster of fresh-faced students gathering around him.
Hey, look at that girl.
I turned. A few feet away, a small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering.
Pink hair? Oh, pink hair? Are you kidding me? How desperate can you get?
Hot shame crawled down my neck. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in time to my shoes crunching against gravel. What is going on?
Just imagine from Team 4 Stars Attack on Titan Abridged, John just with that pompous ass voice.
Gotcha.
Just some in the background. Get away from me, you're dirty. Nope.
My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign in the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer intimidation. How many students did Asagao have? As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingered nearby, caught my attention. I'm trying to think how I'm going to voice her. I don't know. We'll see. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
Okay, that helps for a little bit.
No voice required.
I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetually bouncy castle.
Shit.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Let me get situated here.
Squeaky chair.
Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character.
That is blatant.
That's her shtick, I believe, if I remember right.
Fourth wall break.
I'm sorry, a what?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about?
Your cloud stripe hair.
She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus, and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again.
Oh, no. It's great. I'm sorry.
Right. Always have to voice act.
That's halfway scary.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh, gosh. I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana.
I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai. All your school books are waiting in your room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. Mai started walking towards the dorm's front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy. Did you check in at the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to. Good. They'll offer to have a staff member give you a tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already. I hope you don't mind.
I do mind.
But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know? She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay. That sounds good.
She held the front door open for me, and I hurried inside. Sorry. Her inner monologue likes to go deep voice every once in a while.
Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties that were, more often than not, how was your break? And look at how tan you got. It seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed Maya as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last. Narrow white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Why's it gotta be pink? Just 'cause it's a woman's dorm. Sorry. Thin gold numbers tacked on the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed. You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Saitomo does them every year, and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird squeaky voice of his. You'll have to remember it's weird and squeaky.
I don't even know how to do weird and squeaky, but okay.
I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. We headed down a hallway to the 3rd floor. Mai stopped us in front of a door numbered 325. Here we are. I totally used the wrong voice for that one.
Here we are.
A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the rooms. The walls, like the hallways, were soft, powdery pink. Tortured souls. The only my guitar understands me world tour. Alvin Stein obsession.
And that's Ted. And Mark Wahlberg. Oh, Mark Wahlberg started out as an underwear model. Well, it's only fitting that there's a poster of him with a teddy bear.
Mai already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were of male models and rugged musicians.
Tortured souls.
A
Is
bunk
that like
bed.
the... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, is that like the remaining members of One Direction?
A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with wooden chairs, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. Bizarre. I don't see clashing patterns and colors there. Well, maybe patterns.
Pink pillows on a red blanket?
How's that?
I don't know.
Bleh. The bottom bunk had a single, stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced because Mai quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break, and Mom got really mad at me because I brought 5 bags, but we were only there for a week. She laughed and pulled several blankets and pillows from her bunks and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me.
Perfection.
There! That's much better. Thanks, Mai. I placed my suitcase on the bottom bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothes, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box. Mai opened the curtains, and the sunlight poured
Because she's a
in.
plane and she likes to crash.
So, where are you from? I slide the now empty suitcase under the bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here. It's a small town called Amaririsu. You probably haven't heard of it. I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny, on my bedside beside a purple and teal throw pillow. Oh, did you go to a different boarding school, or... No, I went to public school down the street from my house. Public school?
Really?
What was that like? Were the students mean? Did you have a lot of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot, and my dad goes overseas, so I think they stuck me here for convenience. Oh, hey, what's that? I'd removed an ornately patterned origami crane from the black box and was setting it on the unclaimed writing desk. Oh, this? My mother made it for me, a long time ago. I set it beside a stack of thick textbooks, which I assumed were provided for me.
Aww.
Wow, it's so pretty. I've never seen paper like that before. Oh yeah, the lights. Let me get them.
They're already on the wall.
Mai went to her own desk, opened the drawer, and pulled out a long tangled string of fairy lights. I thought these would look nice. Here, help me string them up. She grabbed a container of push pins, then pulled her wooden desk chair out and over to one wall. I did the same with my own. Together we pinned the lights around the perimeter of the room. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone? No, not really. I was in a compartment with some guy and...
What?
Some guy? Huh? Was he cute?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't even get his name. Mai seemed disappointed for a moment, then perked back up. You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again. Totally didn't do a Mai voice on that one. Okay. Once he finished stringing the lights, Mai climbed down from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly.
Yeah!
Woohoo! That was loud.
Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's this ramen place down the street from campus that's like out of this world, but the school only lets us leave campus on weekends. Mai walked to the window. We could go today because it's Sunday and it's pretty nice out, but I guess you want to go to the caf since you just got here. We could... She was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter. That's kind of, smidge disturbing.
What is?
Her laughter was.
Oh, I was about to say what? She gotta go yonder on somebody?
Oh my gosh, Mimi Santos totally just tripped outside and fell on her face. I
Damn.
saw it.
Well, we didn't see it.
Oh, is that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well, anyways, let's go eat. I'm totally starved.
I just made fun of this girl. I don't care anymore. Let's go eat.
She led me out of the room before I even had the chance to respond. The cafeteria was buzzing.
Wait. She couldn't have responded on the way to the cafeteria?
Nope!
I guess that's not how these work, huh? They just go from scene to scene?
Pretty much.
It's like I could have responded between now and then, but nope. I'm now in another room eating food.
The cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous looking as I felt were the tables of skittish, wide-eyed first years. I stepped into line behind Mai. It is Mai and not May, right?
My.
I don't know, I keep wanting to read May. I blame Avatar for that. Taking an empty plastic tray, we shuffled through, asking for helpings from the sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. Not all cafeteria workers are sulky. I've known quite a few that weren't.
Same here.
With full trays, Mai led me straight to a table in the back where a few students were already sitting. Mai sat down and I took a seat across from her.
My.
No.
Let me do it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, Mai. How was your break?
It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. Dad fell off a ski jet and broke his ankle.
Uh-huh.
It's better now, though.
Oh? Well, that's nice.
I expected to be introduced, but the girl turned back to her group of friends and Mai turned back to me. She began to assault her food with a fork and tell me in a practically minute-by-minute account about her fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on the beach that didn't go further than a few salty kisses.
Because it was in the sea.
I sat back and let Mai talk. For the first time since arriving on campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. I picked at my Brussels sprouts and studied Mai as she spoke.
Mini cabbages.
The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her.
Well...
She had a high songbird voice.
Sorry, my lunch is...
Trying to kill her.
yeah.
Not in the game.
What?
Whoa!
She was dynamic, her face twisting this way and that into exaggerated expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She intimidated people in wildly unflattering voices, seemingly unrelated to her actual opinion of them. But most notably, she talked. A lot. I didn't find this particularly annoying as it filled the silence and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention.
She got that from one lunch sitting with her?
Just as Mai was rounding off a shockingly detailed account of the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing, a flash of a familiar green caught my eye. Guess what? I glanced over. Hey, that's him! Huh? Who? I leaned across the table to whisper, just in case he could hear me through the ambient chatter of the lunchroom. The boy from the train. That's him.
What?
Jared?
Nailed it.
Yeah, with the weird green jacket and swoopy hair. He just picked up his tray and was walking past us when something seemed to catch his eye.
Oh, you.
I looked up at him, suddenly realizing he was talking to me.
Hana,
Hana, I met you on the train. How are things settling down for you?
Really well. I found my roommate, and she's been helping me out. I gestured to Mai, who was thunderstruck. In fact, looking around, everyone was. People stopped eating to turn and stare at Jared and me. My shoulders bunched up around my neck.
Turtle mode. Well, if you ever need any help... Sorry.
And I thought my lunch was killing me.
It was water. Well, if you ever need any help, I'll be around. Third year, right?
I nodded.
all right.
Some of my friends are in that year. Of course, they can't compare to me, but I'll give them a heads up to look out for you. Damn it! Fuck that all up.
He
You flashed a dazzling smile.
Then winked.
It's the least I can do for such a cute girl. Well, see you around.
I watched, a torrent of thoughts raging through my head as he took a seat next to a bunch of guys who were all wearing the same jacket. That's Jared! She tore her eyes away from him and looked at me.
He's so cute.
He's the most beautiful guy in school.
I have to disagree. Peanut Butter Gamer looks pretty
Oh,
snazzy.
Jared.
I can't believe he just looked at me. I looked at Maya. Her cheeks were glowing an indecent pink. Really? Why do they all wear those jackets? Aren't all the guys supposed to wear blue blazers as part of their uniform? No. They're allowed to. They're...
But
This is the girl, I believe, that you were voicing.
you know Jared?
That girl turned back around and was looking at me with sudden interest. Did I know him? I only talked to him on the train for a few minutes, so not really. We weren't friends or anything. But looking around, Maya and this girl weren't the only ones who were interested. Everybody seemed to be listening in. They seemed so surprised that he talked to me. Maybe a little wet live wit couldn't hurt. Our first choice.
It's your playthrough. You choose.
No, you... I need some input. Do you have an opinion?
Damn it.
Oh, do we have a coin hiding
No.
in this disc? Oh, the dice.
We have rock, paper, scissors dice. So, you take one, I take one.
Well, what does that mean? Why don't we just use one and have...
Oh, because it works like this. I throw down one, you throw down one. Whoever wins...
has to choose?
Yep.
Alright.
She's been looking for a way to incorporate these dice for a long time. So...
I thought you had.
Shit.
Son of a bitch. Keep it on the table. So, really?
Tail, tied.
Hey, you have the black dice. Why can't I have the black dice?
Fine.
No, but you won because I got paper, so I have to choose.
So choose! I am Mr. Susan.
I'm going with, not really.
Her expression changed. Oh. Oh.
She looked me
Oh,
up and
boy.
down, sniffed, and turned away. Well, fuck you too.
Trifling ass.
Mai leaned towards me. Don't mind Mimi. She was just trying to get in with you. Get in with me? Why? Well, you asked me about those guys in their jackets, right? Those are their normal club jackets. They're... what?
Going clubbing.
What's normal boots club?
We're going clubbing. Ha ha! Jock even got a jacket. Yes. Sorry.
It's a club we have at school here. It's like totally exclusive and full of only the coolest students. They get together and play video games or something. That one right there is John, also known as Jontron. His bird's name is Jock.
It's Jontron.
John is also the president of the drama club here at school. Next to him is PBG. He and John founded the Normal Boots Club together. PBG is one of the best soccer players on our team.
Austin.
Then there's Gerard. People call him the completionist because he's obsessed with completing things. He has the biggest itty bitty kitty collection I've ever seen.
But he's a dragon rider. Come on now.
Next to him is Jared, also known as Pro Jared. He's a model. Then there's Satchbag, but everyone calls him Satch. He's like crazy smart. Those guys over there are Paul, Nick, and Josh. They read a column in the school newspaper called Continue. Paul, the one standing up, is the student council president. Come on. And the guy on the end there is Shane. He knows more about video games than anyone, ever. He exhaled a dreamy sigh into her mashed potatoes. So, how would someone, join the Normal Boots Club? You don't choose the boots, Hannah. The boots choose you. What does that even mean?
Right?
You have to be presented with the boots to be in the club. And they're, like, super selective. What are the boots? The club has this boot statue. It's like the one on their patches, but it's gold-plated. It's their mascot, I guess. They do this weird initiation ritual with it. Ritual? I hear they fill a room with candles and wear those totally creepy robes during initiation. This year 2 girl said she saw it once, and they were all, like, chanting around the boots, and it sounded like they were talking backwards. But I didn't believe her, and even if it's true, I don't care if they're a cult, because they're all really hot.
That's called being blind.
Do they have a lot of friends? Yeah, tons of friends. I'd say they're the most popular kids in school. I mean, everyone in the school totally looks up to them. I bet they could get any girl in school, too. Or boy, for that matter. Hey, are you gonna eat your cake? I shook my head and pushed the plastic tray across the table to her. For the remainder of lunch, I listened to Mai talk about Jared through mouthfuls of half-dissolved frosting. And we're gonna pause there for this episode.
Okay.
We got to meet all of the characters, our, if you will,
the normal
dating
boobs.
choices.
Oh. Okay. Well then.
So we'll be back in the next episode,
The next episode.
and maybe we'll get to talk to one of them.
Maybe.
I'm excited. Yeah, save salt would be good. Save.
Day 1.
Click. A lot of compared to the last 2 chapters. Probably should have jumped, but I want to see what's over here. No, I lied. Let's go back.